वेलकम बैक। आज के इस सेशन में हम लोग जावा के बारे में जानेंगे। हम जानेंगे कि जावा में कौन कौन सी वेरियस अपॉर्चुनिटीज हमें मिलती हैं, और ये सब हमें समझाने के लिए वी हैव अ गेस्ट, वन ऑफ आवर स्कूल एम्बेसडर्स हमें ज्वाइन करेंगे, जिनका नाम है देवांश। सो विद अ वार्म हार्ट आई वुड लाइक टू वेलकम देवांश विद मी इन दिस सेशन। हेलो
Yeah,
देवांश।
hi ma'am and hi viewers. I am Devansh Jaiswal, a class 10 student, and I am a Java programmer with up to 1 year of experience in it. Currently, I am learning JDBC and networking, and I'm making some desktop application. Yeah, this was all
That's
about me.
great. That's great. That's great, Devansh. So, Devansh, are you ready to guide everyone who wants to learn Java today?
Yeah, I'm always there.
That's great, and thank you so much for joining us today. And all the viewers that have joined us today, if you have any questions for Devansh, you can ask them in the comment section. From your side, I would ask it to Devansh. So, Devansh, I'm super excited for this session. So, shall we start it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so here is my first question, which is a very basic question itself. What is Java? Like, how would you describe Java?
According to me, Java is a blend of the innovative features of the programming languages of its time and unicality of the requirements of which result in the creation of Java. It is also object-oriented programming language, which has inherited most of its features from C++. It is a dynamic language which is used for making standard and enterprise level applications.
Okay, that's great. That was a very descriptive answer. So basically, what you said was that it is kind of developed using C++, right? It is linked somewhat to C++, right? Yes.
Yeah, right.
That's great. That's great. So, guys, whosoever has learned C++, you can learn Java, right? It is not very tough for you. Like Devan said that, if you have learned C++, so it is connected. So, if you have learned C++, or so, you can just start with Java because you would get a better idea, right? So that's a very good help from your side, Devansh. Now, with this, I have a very important question, and most of our viewers would have it. Like, why did you choose to learn Java? Nowadays there is a craze about Python. Let's learn Python. Python is easy. Even if people do not want to, go with Python, they try to go with C++ sometimes, for data structures and all. So, like, why did you choose to learn Java?
In my time when heard the term Java, I it has a lot of more interesting and cool features. Like it provides me security to my code, and it is simple in code structure. It is multi-threaded, and its programs are both compiled and interpreted too, which are not available in most languages. Also, it is distributed, and its most significant features is platform independence, which I liked most, which is not available in most languages. Therefore, I chose Java to learn and master it.
Okay, that's great. So, with what you said, I would also like to tell the viewers something. Nowadays, it is important, that you know about data structures, correct? So, what
Yeah.
I know is that C++ and Java are the most used languages for data structures. They are used at the most level to do data structures, and data structures is very important in itself, for big companies like Amazon, Google. All these companies want good data structures, and for learning data structures, the two most common languages are C++ and Java, right? But some features that C++ provide is, it is overshadowed by Java, because Java has better features. Like you just mentioned, you can compile as well as interpret it, right? So there are some features that makes Java a little better from C++, right?
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Now, with this, I would like to move forward with my third question. How did you get to know about Java? Like a friend told you, or that you get to know about it from school. Because I would tell you my experience. How did I get to know about the term Java? When I was in college, when I was doing my bachelor's in information technology, then at that time in third year, second year, third semester, we had a subject Java. So from that, I got to know about Java, and then I started learning Java. So how did you get to know about that?
I was in class 6 when I first saw the term Java in my school book. It was somewhat a new environment for me, of which I was not familiar very much. Therefore, I started studying it, and while growing up, I started going in depth so that I can know much about Java. At that time, also I don't have that laptops and all. I use mobile IDs to code problems. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I got my partner Java.
So you got your partner Java in class sixth, right? That's great. Like because like I mentioned you, get to know about Java in my college days. I
Yeah.
got to know C++ and Python before that. But for Java, I got, in college days, I had to learn Java. So for you, you started learning at the age of six. That's amazing. And, it is a great example that age doesn't matters. You can do whatever whenever you want, right? So with that, we have a comment from the series. So he is saying hi to you. So hello, the series. That's
Hi,
the name
hi,
on
this is.
YouTube. Okay, let's move forward to my next question. And my next question to you is like, which roadmap did you follow to learn Java? Like, how did you learn Java? If I tell you how I started learning Java was, I took a book and I started chapter by chapter. So, because I'm a book person, I prefer to read the books and then learn a language. So, how would you suggest young viewers, all of them, to learn about Java?
As such, I don't follow any roadmap since when I was in class 6, I don't have much facilities and I don't even know what is a roadmap. Now when I know what is a roadmap, I am much grown up and also know much about Java.
Okay.
I used to follow a book which I would refer to our viewers, that Code Java by Nageshwara Rao. I till now follow this book to learn Java.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
great.
Also, we can refer to the Oracle documentation. It helps me the most in
Yes,
my Java
that's
learning,
great.
in my programming journey.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So you suggested a book, right? So once again, for all our viewers, can you repeat the name of the books? So that
Yeah,
all the viewers that are with us can know about it.
it's Code Java by Nageshwara Rao. You
Okay.
can get it from a website named Z Library.
Okay, so guys, this is the book that has helped from the beginning till date Devansh to learn Java. So, guys, if you want, and if you are a person that likes to follow a book, then you can go through that, right? So that's great. So that was your roadmap, right? It is similar. Both of us started learning Java using a book, right? But only reading the concepts would not help you much. You need to practice, right?
Yeah.
You cannot just read a code and understand, okay, I can do it. You need to do it yourself. So guys, a quick suggestion: even if you are following the book, make sure that you practice the code. Okay, just don't read the book and say I have learned Java. That is not right. Practice the code, so that is important. So with this, let's move forward to my next question. Did you face any difficulties during your programming journey? Like, I would give you hints. When you started learning in sixth class Java, right? You were very young. You might have got stuck at one point, or maybe you were not able to understand some concept, right? Like inheritance, polymorphisms, all of this get included in Java, right? So maybe there was a point where you got stuck in some topic, or maybe questions also. And at that young age, like, how were you able to do? Did you face any difficulties?
I would ask my teachers and my friends about the answers of that. Also, as such, in class 6, I do not, till now I didn't face any problem. If any, I would refer to the Oracle documentations and the YouTube tutorials for getting the answers and getting much of it, and getting the problem well.
Okay, so basically, what you suggested is that you took help from your teachers, you took help from your friends, then YouTube tutorials, and all those websites and all. That's a very good suggestion. Even in my college days, not only for Java, whenever I got to get to stuck at a question or something, so even I used to browse the topic, the particular question, or maybe the concept. So I used to search myself. So that's great that you didn't give up, because once you would have given up, you would not have done completed learning Java.
Yeah.
So you kept going on by researching, taking help, and that's great. So that was a
At
great
some areas,
answer.
I was also about to give up. That the such higher concepts in class 7, that inheritance, that polymorphism, that typecasting, all that concept, I was also wanting to give up. But the interest level, interest that Java carries about me is very high. Also, there are many concepts like GUI which attracted me to learn Java the most.
Okay, that's great. So, like I said, right? But you never gave up, and that is why you now know Java, right? So, that is amazing, Devans. Let's move forward to my next question. My next question for you is, how much time do you put daily into learning or practicing Java? Because I cannot say that once a month you are practicing Java, because if you do that, you would not, because even in programming, any language that you do, you need to practice is daily, right? Daily, or maybe 2 days, because once in a 2 day or maybe daily, because that if you don't do that, you lose the flow, right? So you need to be continuous in it. So my question is, how much time do you put daily into learning or practicing Java, so that all our viewers can get an idea? Like, first tell me, how much time did you put initially, so that they get an idea, whosoever is starting, that how much initially they require, and now how much you put time.
Yeah, if you are a beginner, then you should practice Java daily, as it is a very higher concepts. Therefore, there are many concepts, and we should practice from at the early age. If you are an
Okay, great.
intermediate and you know about much core Java, then you can practice it in a week, up to 4 to 5 days. You can practice and do your other
Okay,
works. Also,
okay,
according to me, when the schools have not yet started, I used to wake up early in the morning and give a reading of my book and practice some coding problems, from the GFG Geeks for Geek code for forces and many other websites. Just give the practicing codes, so that I can get
okay.
so that I can have, what to say, I can get the flow of my programming journey.
Okay, that's great. And that's a very good suggestion, that you used to wake up early and then you used to practice questions. Like I also mentioned in the starting, you cannot learn any language if you do not practice it, right? Because this is not entirely theory. You also need to do practical, right? You need to write the code. You cannot just think, okay, the code can be done like this and it would happen. You actually need to put work. So that's great, guys. If you are trying to learn Java, or if you are planning to learn Java or any other programming language, what I would suggest is that practice questions, and that is a very important part. And Devansh, thank you for your answer. Let's move to my next question. This is an important question, and it would help a lot of our viewers. Like, you have learned Java, right? Now, once you have learned Java, you would like to practice it, right? You would like to test your skills out. So, do you participate in contest for testing out your coding skills? Like, do you like to participate in coding contests?
Yeah, if I get a notification of a contest, I would participate in it. Yeah, the recent by Wizard contest that the Geeks for Geeks held, I used to what to say, I used to participate in it. Even I lost the contest, even I don't get much good marks, but I get a learning about my knowledge, and also how much efforts do I need to give in my programming journey, in which concepts do I need to buckle up, and so on.
That's a great suggestion, guys. You might have learned Java or any other programming language, but until you test your skills out, you don't know at what level you stand, right? Other than that, like even if you participate in a contest and you lose, it is not that every day you would win, but another day you might win. Maybe one day you lose and another day you win. So guys, it is not that you would win daily, but once you lose you would know like what were the drawbacks, like where did you lack, like maybe you didn't understand the dynamic programming, or maybe you didn't understand how to do recursion. Maybe that is your lacking point. And then once you have lost in that part, you yourself would try to focus on it. And once you start focusing on it, the next time when you try it out, I'm sure that success will touch you, right? Correct, Devansh?
Yeah, man.
So Devansh is happy, and Devansh, that is a very good answer that you gave us. That even that I lost, I didn't give up. I tried so that I can be better, right? Because even these contests are not just held to test your skills. This is held to make you a better coder, right? So let's move forward to the next question, which I have. The next question is, what strategy do you use when you get stuck on any problem by solving it? Like now you have learned Java, so now it might be a less that you get stuck. But initially, when you started learning Java, that you might get stuck in simple problems. Nowadays, even when you learn a language, there might be a problem where you get stuck, right? So what do you do when you are stuck on a question?
Um, I used to get when I used to get stuck in a problem. I used to what to say. I used to derive the formula of the problem, whether the how to get to the output, how to get the results. What I used to jot down the processes, what I need to follow to get to the result. Then I could figure out my solution and then make the necessary changes.
Okay. So basically, when you are a young person, like even if I take the school kids, what happens when you get stuck at a problem, there is chances, right, that you would feel that, it is something that I can't do. Let's leave it. Let's do it tomorrow. There are chances that, you would leave a question. But what we should do at that point of time is that, we should continue trying, because you are very close to the answer, but once you get, no, I don't want to do it, I'm getting stuck, I will do it later on. That is the moment when you would forget about the question, and maybe you are very close to the answer, but you just miss the chance, right? So this is very good that, if you're not able to solve a question, take out a pen and paper and try to solve it, right? Try to think of the logic, how you can solve it. Don't think of the code, try to make the algorithm, right? Just think of a steps, like how would I solve it? Try to derive it, and once you have derived the logic, then you can code it, right? That is the path that you follow, correct, Devansh?
Yeah, ma'am.
That's great, and I hope it is very helpful for all our users. So, with this, let's move to my next question that I have. The next question is, how do you manage school with learning programming languages? It is very tough. Like right now, you are in 10th class, right? You might have your board exams coming very soon. All the 10th and the 12th class students have their board exams. So, you need to study in school as well, right? Because school is equally important, right? You cannot leave it behind. And at the same point of time, you are learning programming languages, you are practicing questions, and you are even participating in coding contests. So how do you manage all of this together?
Yeah, when there was a lockdown situation, I used to wake up early, as I said earlier. The used to wake up early and give a reading of my book and solve quizzes and problems. on Java and like that. But now when the life has come to its normal path, I used to study in the weekends and the holidays when my studies are over and my homeworks are completed. I used to just rest for a few minutes and then start looking over the pages of my book, and recalling every concepts like the GUI threading and exception handling and all that, etc. um,
Okay, that's
used
great.
to yeah.
Okay, so basically, what you did is like when you were free, like when you had time, you used to wake up early and you used to practice questions that you have told us earlier as well, right? But nowadays, when the schools are open, there is 8 hour school daily, and you have homework, you have projects, you have daily exams. Then you try to give some time to programming in the weekends, right? But you have not left it out, right? Maybe during exams and all, sometimes what happens is we try to focus on one thing and we forget about the other things. So it is very important, guys, that I know you might be very busy during the school period time. So don't give, I'm not asking that give 2 hours 3 hours directly to coding. Maybe maybe twice a day you just give half an hour each, or maybe in a week you take just 3 days, and in those 3 days you work half hour for different coding questions, because it would maintain your frequency. So it would, you would not lose that flow that you have in solving the questions. So that's very good that you still practice coding. That's great, Devansh. Now with this I will move forward to my last questions. Are you excited for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question to you is, and it is a very important question. Like, what opportunities do you think Java holds for you in future? What do you think Java can help you in achieving in the coming future?
Java. In the near future, we have many opportunities. Like Java developers said, we can work as a Android app developer and DevOps developers, and creating desktop applications. Also, there are various job opportunities for Java backend and Java full stack developers in near future. They have we in the market. There will be high demand for them in the market.
Okay, so that's great. So basically, with this, I would like to ask a small question from you. You have learned Java, right? What kind of field you want to work later on? Maybe app development, maybe, what kind of field do you want to work?
I'm thinking to work on the Android app development, since it has many what to say, the many fields and like all that, and many opportunities in working and in Android and Samsung like that companies
Okay, so
which use
that's
Android.
great. That's great. And I wish you all the best that you achieve all your dreams. And guys, I hope this webinar has been helpful for all of you. You have learned a lot of things from Devansh. And Devansh, thank you so much for joining us today and guiding all our viewers with the amazing journey of yours of Java. So thank you so much, Devansh, for joining us today.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
I hope you enjoyed the session.
Yeah.
So, and guys, I hope that you found it informative and you learn a new language. It is not necessary that you learn Java, but maybe any other programming language which interests you, right? So, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me and Devansh today in this session. Thank you so much, everyone.